Hello everybody, it's the Farmsim guy here, and we are on the Millennial Farmer map again. Now over the last couple of weeks a few of you have been in touch with me and asked me how the silos work on this map. They're very different to any other map, and very clever actually. It's a lovely touch and very true to life to what we see on the Millennial Farmer's YouTube channel, so I thought I would do a very quick tutorial and show you how it works. Now one of the nice things they do on this map is, to start with, is give you a full truck of grain. So you can have a little bit of a play about. I mean, just load the map up as it is, have a little bit of a play about, and work it out for yourself. So that's exactly what we're going to do today. So a dual hopper trailer, and at the moment it's not giving us any indication that we can unload here. Now usually when you would roll in one of these silo bins, you would get the trigger, usually the letter I, to unload. Now that's not there. It's not showing in the controls either. And that is because we need to tell the trailer where to unload. So if we go to the control panel here, now we open the controls, you can see what's in there. Now I've changed the keys on here because I've got a compact keyboard, but the original keys I believe are the numpad numbers, which I don't have on my keyboard. But the principle's still the same. Now let's assume we're playing very realistic here, and we've got some wet corn in the truck. So our hopper has got wet corn in it. So what we want to do here is we want to load the wet silo. So we're going to do that, and you press the button, and if you listen, you'll hear the augers spin up. Here we go. Now, if we get back in the truck, straight away, you see, we've got an unload option. So we're going to do that. This is a dual hopper Wilson trailer, so we're going to take out the front hopper. We'll wait for that to unload. We'll put 30,000 of the 60,000 litres that are in this truck into the wet silo. So there you go, that's done already. Now, if we go and look at our prices and our storage, you'll see here, in our own silos, we have nothing. They're all at 0. Now if you look at silos other, this is where the wet silo is. So the capacity is a lot less, 120,000 versus 950,000. And the belief is with that is you don't keep your grain stored for long wet. You will always dry it. So this is really just a temporary solution in the wet bins until you've managed to run it through the dryer, and then you would store it dry in your main silos, which is the 950,000 litre ones. So you can see there we have got our 30,000 litres of corn sitting in our wet silo. So what we're going to do now, just to show you how it works, we are going to put the other half of the trailer into the dry silo. So let's assume the first half of the trailer here was wet corn that was combined after a wet morning, so the moisture levels were quite high. The back half was combined on a very dry day, so it doesn't need to go through the dryer. So for the purposes of this, we want to load the second half of the hopper straight into the dry silo. So again, we fire it up using the load dry silo command. There you go, it's spun up, you can hear the auger. Back into the truck. All we need to do is switch to our rear hopper, and it gives us our overload option, and we can see it coming out the bottom of the trailer there. So 30,000 litres out of the rear hopper going into the silo. Now again, when this is finished, we'll stop and we'll just jump back to our menu here and we'll have a look. So again, owned is dry, other is wet. And if we go along here now, we have 30,000 litres of corn in our dry silo, which we've just loaded in, and our 30,000 litres of wet corn that we put in to the wet silo. That's the first load we unloaded. So that's great, very clear. You can load into your wet silo, load into your dry silo. I don't think there's any confusion there, and we've done both. So the next question is, how do you transfer from the wet silo to the dry silo? So to do that, we need to head into here. So this is our dryer controller. This is where we operate the grain dryer. So what we want to do is transfer the wet corn to the dry corn. Now there's a couple of things you should note here. We've not turned this on yet. When you turn it on, the lights will come on. I'll show you that in just a little second. The second option is you've got the option to enter vehicle here. So this is treated like a vehicle where it's got commands. So you could press E here to enter the vehicle. Now I'm moving my mouse about, it doesn't move. What you can't do is turn it on once you've entered the vehicle. So what you need to do is come out of that, and first things first is turn it on. So we're going to see, if you see the controls there, transfer wet to dry. So we need to turn that on, and you'll see it lights up, and you can listen in the background. You can hear some noise of the dryer firing up. Now once you've done that, if you press E to enter your vehicle, you see another option there at the top, start filling, with R, which is the standard command. So if I press R now, it tells me there's no wheat, there's no barley, there's no oats, there's no canola, there's no sunflowers, and there's no soybeans, but there is 30,000 litres, or 29,999 litres of corn sitting in the wet silo. And we want to transfer that over into the dry silo. But to do that, we need to put it through the grain dryer, which is what this does. So if I press start now and exit the vehicle, if I hit escape now, you can see that transferring from wet to dry. And if you go out of here, you can see the animation of the grain dryer, dust and noise as it's drying the corn. So go back into here, you can see it counting down, just 3,000, 2,000, 1,000, and there's nothing left in the wet silo, and 60,000 litres of corn in the dry silo. And the dryer, while still making a noise, has finished drying. So that's great, and we will just wait for that to run its cycle. But to all intents and purposes, what we've done there is unloaded our corn into our silos. We've dried it. If you want to play, this is when it comes down to your play style, and if you want to play really realistically and pretend you've got wet corn, or if you're playing seasons and you've got moisture turned on for your crops, you can utilize it that way. But it's how you want to play it. But it's a bit of fun. It's nicely done the way they've done it. And really, then all we need to do, if you want to then load your trailer back up, let me just demonstrate with nothing switched on. If I hit the R button, even though we know there's 60,000 litres of corn in the silos, there's nothing at all. And again, as with unloading, to load you have to decide what you want to do here. So what we'll want to do now is we want to unload the dry silo back into the truck. So if I press F5, which is the button I've got set for it, it fires up again, and we jump back into the truck. And I hit the R button now. There it is. There's our corn. 60,000 litres. So we can load that into the truck. When the front hopper is full, and roll forward. Load the rear hopper. 30,000 left. Just wait for that to fill up. And we will have 60,000 litres of dry corn in our truck, ready to go off to the sell point. So there you have it. I hope you found that useful. Certainly I think it's a really lovely addition to this map, and adds a bit of authenticity to this map, which makes it very similar to what you watch when you watch Zach Johnson and the Millennial Farmer on YouTube. So if you didn't know how to use it, I hope that little tutorial has helped. And for now, from me, the Farmsim guy, thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.